Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you. Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay!
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talked to your mayor.
like my haters, like my coffee extra mad and bitter. And then they're loyal like juice, so yeah, the man's a quitter. He's strapped face up behind the platinum grill. I style faceless, just spit these mic skills. And in the street killer, I will not be denied. That I'm mic'd up, I raise my head with pride. A force of nature cruising the whip, doing walk-bys on your boulevard. Face my verbal clip. In this land of live streams, baby, I'm on the road. Got my feet on the media, scraping them up my souls. It's that umbrella guy facing the accusers. Cleated out size 14s, crushing all those losers. It's that umbrella guy, they said we couldn't make it. Never ask permission, just sense our goal and take it. The media buzzwords, they will never save you. Listen and believe it's meant to enslave you. Challenging the hypocrites, and baby, I'm on fire. They flash titles like they're royalty, but it's true that I'm a journalist. Scribble nursey rhymes, one in this grill in a basket, with a tisket and a tasket, and their morals in a casket. No morals in a casket. They're always pushing make-believe and weaving straw to gold, but I'm sick of all the fairy tales and buying what I'm sold. Strolling into the backyard, taking truth on tour, baby, there is sickness, and that umbrella guy's got the cure. Look, it's that umbrella guy knocking at the door. No more ministry of truth than the plot of 1984. They're dumping all my verbal clips, the case is filled with knowledge. They're on the mic like kindergarten, and I'm taking them to college. Why the mask, baby? Cause this has to be a crime. I'll take the mic and boom, they're in the chalk outline. I used to throw up elbows, but now I'm dropping nukes. You wrote another hit piece, isn't that cute? And the worst part, they'll never learn. Did the fourth estate start channeling crash and burn? They pretend that we need to get their permission. That umbrella guy crushing their ambitions. You're not my competition. It's that umbrella. It's that umbrella guy steamrolling them out for fun. Mic check, mic wreck, paging this army of one. There's no hesitation, no doubt, not even a scintilla. The Tokyo baby and me, I'm Godzilla. Crushing them like Godzilla.
What's up, folks? Man, last night got crazy. That's right. Between the banning. Yes, that's right. If you have not heard about this, by the way, it is wild. The quote unquote journalists now, both of them have promptly been banned. Both of them. That's right. They have both been banned from YouTube. Not stricken, not temporarily banned, but they have both now been banned permanently. Now, I'll make it clear again to make this very just very clear out there. I kept telling them this would happen, but I didn't have anything to do with it. This is not, again, with Volpe. These people, you knew they would get hit sooner or later. 2L, I keep telling 2L that too. I really think it probably boils down to paint chips. It's probably why you had the Volpe show go down. And again, it's not a strike. It is a permanent ban. It is gone. They posted about it. Appeal denied. So channel is gone. But I hope 2L gets the gist out of that too. Because sooner or later, the YouTube bot would notice paint chips on there anyhow, and it would take them down. But check this out. So just a note that this is correct too. Let me pull up something for you. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna pull up a live one of it. It was kind of wild because again, I figured they'd get hit sooner or later. Now, of course, they blame it on Hales, but if you look at the reason why the channel got hit for nudity and sexual content. And if you think about that, that would probably, the only thing I can think of that would cause that would be paint chips and all of his stupid ass postings and the stuff that they think is really funny. The things that have been against, again, TOS for a hot minute. So check this out. This is his channel right now. I clicked on it just to make sure nothing had changed. So you can see where it tells you that this is a video link. He loved mailing and being like, watch my show. Well, video unavailable. Why? Well, the video, it's no longer available because the YouTube account associated with that video has been terminated. They were taken down last night. Again, you tell these people over and over, yes, YouTube, that's right, Rebel. They don't like the smexuals. That's right. Actually, I knew a guy that to tell you what they could have been banned for. I knew a guy that put a woman in a bikini on his thumbnail, and he lost his whole channel for it. Now, the stuff that Paint Chips has been putting into videos, those things alone, the stuff that he aimed at Rosalind Duke, that they showed on the channel, stuff that they have aimed at other folks. Those are the kind of things, again, I know Dan Frega Boom, he lost a channel because of that stuff though. And it was just, all it was a background picture. It wasn't anything. I mean, it was the same thing that you see on ads everywhere, but they took his channel for it. So if that kind of stuff will hit it, then everything that Paint Chips was doing was liability. Now they posted about it too. There were a few other things as well. Now this is again, they of course blame Hales, but they're doing it without any proof whatsoever. They're just like, oh man, it's of course it's Hale's doing. So let's check this out together. Here is Volpe posting about this being down, and he's showing you too that the appeal is done. So not only has the channel been hit, but he's like, someone, Jeremy Hales, is doing anything they can to shut me up. But if you look at this, the report is over again. It says, hi, Michael Volpe. We have reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations. That's what they got nailed. Again, paint chips is a liability for channels. Very much so. Because paint chips is perma-banned. Anytime you get hit on YouTube, this is something you can't make these idiots understand. YouTube, it takes a minute for them to find you. That's why paint chips, people will be like, oh, well, he got a channel back. No, he didn't get a channel back. He's banned on the channels that were still banned. He is a banned person. And when you get banned, they will take channels that you're not just that you pop up on, like making new ones sooner or later, but they'll take channels you're associated with. And on top of that, if they notice you and they notice some of his prior dealings there, they'll hit you for the same stuff. They may not tell you that they hit you. Again, this could be associated with that permaban. You don't really know there, because it's interesting that they knocked him out and they just bam. They just hit him like that. But we know this is probably very upsetting news, but it's our job to make YouTube a safe place. If you think a channel severely violates policies, we take it down to protect other users on the platform. But it notes here, you can appeal. Okay, so here's the appeal statement as well. Well, if you look, he went ahead and it looks like his appeal decision has already come back in. So he went ahead, he appealed that. And after he appealed it, he didn't win, which is not surprising. You tell these people over and over again, you're like, yo, if you get hit for this kind of stuff, you're gone. You're going to be gone forever. I keep telling 2L there. 2L, they whine all the time. Oh, my God. They make fun of us in my content. Yeah, I do. I'm not looking forward to you sabotaging yourself so I can't laugh at your stupid. You also, you're doing a good job killing your channel as it is. You don't really need anyone else's help taking you down. But Volpe learned it the difficult way there. And again, they're blaming Hales. They're saying, Hales 100% he caused this. And Hales may laugh about it and be like, yeah, I did. But reality is, paint chips is probably, I'm going to guess, the reason that he lost his channel. And it sucks losing a channel. Like I say, I don't, but these people, they use their platform for some nasty stuff, man. And I'm not talking nasty as in like taking aim at somebody, laughing at they're stupid or whatever. We're talking about very, very bad with it. But it also notes, so check this out. Your channel won't be put back on YouTube at this time. We took a careful look at your channel again and confirm it violates this right here. So yeah, they found multiple instances. Like I said, it's probably his filings are a big no-no there. But also, they had put up his how do I put it? His revenge prawn. They put that video on before, and even though they had deleted it, you got to remember something about YouTube too. And I hope 2L understands this as well. YouTube, it doesn't matter if you remove something. YouTube can still hit you for it. It's still there, So when people have reported a link, it can still come back and hit you. And it can come back and hit you years later. It can. That's why I have an MCN. That's exactly why I have it, because of the mass reporting that these idiots do. By the way, on top of this today, did you realize that Marla is now the mole, according to Lynette Preston? Did you know? That's right. Marla Hughes is the mole. We're gonna have a fun conversation about that one today too. Oh my, oh my. Yesterday it went pretty fun, I have to say. But yes, Marla is now the mole. Yes, I am. Yeah, I say that. Doubt that. Well, you know what? According to Lynette Preston, that's correct. Marla's the mole. It's like, dang, man, everybody's the mole. I love that. I love the fact that everybody gets thrown under the bus sooner or later. Well, Lisa wasn't happy with LP. Oh, I know, man. I know. It's been amazing. I was looking at some of the. I haven't had a chance to go through all of the transcript from yesterday, but man, you talk about some. Oh, you talk about some really funny stuff. I got to get a laugh out of it because through it, yeah, 2L just went and attacked LP all over. You know, the Robbie. It really. Here's what you have to understand too. It's not that she's happy or unhappy with LP. It's that LP is her content, the same as Jeremy Hale's was her content. So the whole I'm so mad. Oh, she got a monster payday out of LP. I mean, she's giddy all the way to the bank, man. But she's got to have somebody to scream about, you know, because that worked out for her a little bit last night comparatively. You know, her numbers. I saw some screenshots from that. And her numbers were, she had over 400 people paying attention, which compared to the 200 that she'd been getting down to, that's a lot better. So as long as she has somebody to scream about and throw under the bus, the lurkers, I'm going to say the lurker army, you know, the folks that come over from Germany or whomever they watch. Now let's look at the commentary. Let's look at what happened right before the Volpe channel went down, because this was really interesting. So he had also just posted. So he posted the entire protective order. Now there's some stuff in there that I thought was kind of interesting because of the protective order itself, modification and everything. He also noted hearing date. Now, I'm not going to repost the hearing date portion. I'm going to read you something that he posted, and then I'll actually, I wonder if I can take that off there. Give me 1 second. Yeah, see, he posted you can tell he's doing this stuff for LP. Like he had to be given this because LP was saying, oh, well, somebody found it and gave it to me. I didn't have it before. Are you sure about that? Are you sure you didn't get it from either in the mail or from your ex-lawyer? Are you sure about that? Because I would imagine that these people got this either from yourself or from a certain lawyer that you have around these days. I would pretty much, I would pretty much say that that's probably the case. Give me 1 minute. I am redacting something. I want to put it on the screen, but I want to make sure a date's out of it. The document itself, they leaked it. I'm going to put his screenshot in front of it. You can actually. It's not going to hurt anything to talk about it, since, Hales did not put this out in the world. They did. But like I said, on top of it, I'm redacting the hearing date. They gave these people the hearing date. Now, you have to realize, too, I don't know if Hales realizes this. May have forgotten it. He probably knows it. I mean, he seems pretty spot on with all these situations, but Volpe and Luthman, they were banned from being in a courtroom. Remember when they got in trouble and they posted a order from a different court where they were told to stay away? So if they try to interfere with his process on a date, I would make sure that the courts knew who exactly they were. But he ended up posting before his channel went down. I actually wondered if he had gotten hit for this at first, and again, there's also the possibility that he got hit for multiple infractions and they hit him for one thing. If he had enough pile up infractions, they'll just give you one title or topic. They'll pick what they consider the worst. So his nudity or sexual stuff, that would be, I noted, I reached out. I told Hales, by the way, that I would note this. I did, like I said, I try with a protective order. I try to make sure that I note that I'm going to do something like that because these people put it out in public. Now, I didn't say that I would redact anything off of it, but you'll see that I did redact. There's a hearing on redacted. Now, again, they're going to leak that. They already have. They've already leaked that info. But you know what that tells me? That info on what they leaked. So they leaked a scribe document and more. What was really interesting on that? They were telling everybody that they looked all of this stuff up and they pulled stuff off the document, but the document itself doesn't have a hearing date on it. So the document that they ended up getting, they had to find that out somewhere else or from someone else. Isn't that interesting? So let's look at this. This is what they did right before. And Michelle's all over this too. Again, just a few hours later, they're banned. Now, did they possibly get hit for sharing some stuff? Who knows? I don't know. I would think that would be harder to do. It's possible, but a lot of the stuff that's on YouTube these days that looks for violations is more AI bot driven. So they're more likely to have gotten hit for, all that stupid that paint chips put in those documents, where they were all laughing and guffawing, when they're having a great time about that. Yeah, that's probably what got them hit. I'm going to guess more than anything. It would be paint chips that hit his buddy here, which that's something else. But here's what he posted. He was like, Jeremy Hales is counting on his ringer judge. So now, wait. I thought there were no hearings, by the way. Remember how they told you there were no hearings beforehand? None of that existed whatsoever. Jeremy Hales was a total and complete liar. Like none of that had happened. Well, now apparently there are hearings. And he's counting on his quote unquote ringer judge, the Ohio judge. These people, you know what's going to ring it in for him, by the way? People like Volpe here. Because they're tagging him in, getting his attention. And they're bringing up his protective order. So they're harassing him. And Michelle Preston's right there in the comments too. Like that's a big no-no, Michelle. I know these people told you you're not going to have a problem with it. But would you be willing to bet money on that? Actually, you don't have any money to bet. I wonder what you could bet. If you had anything to bet against it, I would bet you the $450 that you needed to move that trailer that you keep talking about. I would bet it against something, but you don't have anything to bet with me. Damn it. Oh, that sucks. I would have fun collecting whatever it was. Damn it. I was just like, wait a minute, you don't have anything I can bet against. By the way, appreciate all you folks. There's almost 2,200 of you here already. Woo, baby. If you enjoyed the channel, make sure you tell people we're live. Remember, it's early times for us on this day. Also, if you would do me a solid on this too, if you would hit that like button and if you want to go further and help out the channel, then consider the ye olde breadsticks. There was a little meltdown about this. So somebody's apparently been having a meltdown to, let's just say, other people that are like multiple folks. They've apparently been having a little meltdown because they are really mad that they're not getting the I guess the publication and the money they think they deserve. So that's why they've been so salty about money and about people showing up these days. So if you would like to laugh at them a little bit like that, also consider first of all, you're helping out the channel, but on top of that, you get to laugh at them because apparently, yeah, they've been throwing fits to, let's just say a few random folks out there. Yes, we know everything, 2L. We know everything. It's like, oh my God, they know about it. Yeah, we know. So every super chat today will be donated to their displeasure. I love it. All right, let's continue with this. So he says that to extend his already bogus PO, protective order, he's filed to extend it, arguing a bunch of vague allegations against John and Michelle. Nothing like this should get anywhere near a courtroom except the judge. The magistrate here has given him a hearing on redacted. I redacted it there. Then they posted the whole motion that was there. And you can check out my original article on it. No, nobody will. I'm sorry. Nobody will check out your stupid freaking article on it. I have to tell you. But we do have the protective order. I'm going to read over it and see what's here. Okay. Because they talk about the violations. It is, it's just, again, something that you don't have exhibits attached, so they don't have the exhibits, so they don't really know. But it notes that now comes petitioner Jeremy Hales, by and through undersigned counsel, hereby respectfully moves the court for an order extending and modifying the civil protective order. Okay, now for cause, they note number one, respondent has willfully and intentionally violated this order on multiple occasions. Now, you got to understand something, too. These idiots, they posted a hearing date and everything else, and they say it's a bunch of vague accusations and stuff. That's not how a hearing works. What they'll do is they'll provide evidence, you morons. So they're not going to make a bunch of vague accusations. They have hundreds and hundreds of things they can put out there, including Volpe's interview. His interview, my God, that interview that they gave, oh, it's bad. It's bad. I'm not putting the, you can see where I cut off the order. I'm going over the order myself, though, off of here. Thank you, folks, for being here, too. I said, appreciate all of you. You know, I do. It has been a crazy way. I haven't even come close to filling in everything. I am, just for safety's sake, I don't want to, I don't trust I'm the only person looking over this. I just don't trust myself not to put something on the screen off of this that I want to read it to you. And that way there's not a date or something that I miss through this for some reason. Okay. But it says, again, number one, respondent has willfully and intentionally violated this order on multiple occasions. Number two, respondent has already been found in contempt of this order twice. Now, see that's what there's no vagary in that. It notes violated quite a few times. They will get to, I'm sure, note again. I don't have. I've had a protective order before. Okay, so I understand a little bit about how those again. The process itself, it varies from place to place. I've been the petitioner, the person bringing one before. I've been on the side like Hales is on with a protective order. Now I've seen it again, not in Ohio, but again, they're pretty uniform across all standards. So there's already been violent. Most people, by the way, if you have one, let's say this too. Most people don't go out and keep violating. Most people are smart enough to be like, yo, wait a minute. Because, you know, it doesn't mean they respect you. It means they respect the court and themselves enough to know that they could get in big trouble. So, number 3, petitioner has been forced to file a third contempt of this order because of escalating conflict. Indeed. Number 4, respondent regularly has corresponded with third parties who have created an anti-Jeremy Hales online network. That is true. That is true. Number 5, and like I said, I'm reading this off of a Volpe posted the whole damn thing. I'm trying not to lead everybody in there. I mean, you can see it cuts off through here, off his little address. So it cuts off the link. You can't just click on it now. His channel's gone, so whoopsie. Oh, what an idiot. But number 5, third parties acting as a voice for respondent continue harassing messages on a regular basis. That is true. They'll be able to pull up Volpe. Again, Volpe will be the perfect catalyst for all of this, because Volpe was they mailed that interview and everything else. They mailed all of this stuff to Hales. They tagged in, and then again, Preston, I can't believe it's still up on her channel where she shared it. She thinks none of that's a problem, but the original tags him in and everything. So when she shares it, she's sharing the tag ins. So essentially her share is tagging Jeremy Hales. So I don't know if she's really thought about that, but that is her on her YouTube channel sharing. So she's tagging in Jeremy Hales off of her post. You know, so that can be utilized as third party, of course, but that may be used as a direct violation too. But third parties acting as a voice continue to post. Number 6, third parties solicited by respondent have made threats against petitioner's life. That's right. Let me read that to you again. That is not vague at all. He says, the reason I want you to see this right here, because he says that it's all a bunch of vague allegations. Well, Paint Chip straight up has made threats. Straight up threats. And again, you can tie all of these people together, and they made straight up threats against Hales. I mean, God, you have to be dumb. The current protection order number 7 is set to expire, gives the date. Number 8, the current protection order does not bar respondent from possessing pew-pews. So this is an interesting thing there too. Okay, this is number 8. This is something that I think a lot of us have talked about there. You know, that number 8, number 9, petitioner is in fear knowing respondent currently possesses said pew-pews. And that, I mean, that was a huge oversight by the courts, by the way, to allow Cook to continue to possess pew-pews after there was a violation with said pew-pew, you know? So number 10, petitioner has already been forced to move his employees to another location as a result of the ongoing actions of respondent. See, that's terrible. Like, again, he has to worry about his own employees enough that he has to move them from the location that they are typically at to another one. And number 11, should the court not renew the protective order, petitioner is in fear of imminent harm. So in this, it says, wherefore, petitioner requests the civil protective order issued in this case be extended for a period of another 5 years, as responded to show no indication that it intends to stop harassing or causing petitioner to live in fear. So that's what they posted the whole thing. They made sure they led people and traffic to it. And then we got commentary too. Let's look at the commentary, folks. Let's look at Michelle Preston being right front and center. Again, Michelle, I know they've all told you that this stuff is okay to do, and it's not. Lord. God, man, it boggles my mind sometimes when I look at this and I think, I know they're telling, again, I'm not taking any credit away from her either. You know, she's part of that. But yes, exactly, Rosalind. Reminds me of AH and the quote tweet from the Washington Post. Didn't go well for her. No, it didn't, because when she retweeted, and that was just about liability, you know, as far as could she be held liable for an accusation because of it? And the answer was yes. You know, just from a retweet that didn't even have like writing or anything else on it. This is about protective order violations, and they become a little bit more hardcore about those. They tell you, don't talk about the person. You know, again, if you've got a protective order against you, pretend the person doesn't exist. That's the best thing to do. You just move on. And of course, they try to say, they come back, and these people, again, it's crazy because the way that they address this is they address it as Hale should basically be living in a cave and pretending none of it happens. He should have been sitting for 2 freaking years, never saying anything, never being like, hey, these fat weirdos are trying to mess with me. No freaking way. They don't get to harass you and harass you and harass you and harass you, and you just live under a rock. No.
Well, that's what they want. Hey, Tug.
Oh, God, what is wrong? There's a
what's going on in here?
My stuff.
Just checking it. I'm just checking in to see what's going on.
Your former best friend got banned.
I heard about that. God, you know, it's amazing what happens when I go away.
Oh, you want to? Yeah. Let's go over a small list now. Some stuff
I thought I'd pop in here because you know what? Your new best friend threatened me that he was going to be on with you tonight. And I said, no, I didn't think so. And if I found him in here, I was going to kick him right the hell out. Yeah. So I was
actually, we had planned for Tuesday. Oh, wait, there's something else scheduled Tuesday. Never mind.
What? He better not be here. I swear to God.
Oh my God. Now I really want to make it happen.
I told him, I was just on a live with him with Rosalind, and he said he was going to be here today. I said, if you are in there, I will kick you out because I'm back in the studio. If I find you in my studio in the co-host chair, I will kick you right the hell out.
Oh my God.
Did you see they're making disgusting videos now of you in Pearhead?
Oh, that
horrible.
You talking about our best friend? That was actually, that happened in real life. So it is disgusting someone stalked us, but yeah.
You know, listen,
I really liked about that video
with that man.
You know what I really liked about that video, by the way? If you look at it, like the Tug mask, apparently AI thinks that you can't see through it because when he tries to put a pear in the basket, you can tell he can't see. He keeps bouncing it into stuff. I was like, man, that's why you wear the mask. I'm like Daredevil. I'm blind.
Well, this is how stupid your wannabe co-host is, your pair host. It's how dumb he is. They all thought that best friends video Rosalind and I did was a dig at them. At you and Jay instead of at Vomit, which is who it was geared towards.
Oh man.
So now we're in a video off, we're in a music war off. I don't know what's happening, but it's war. And it's all because of a stupid misunderstanding. Idiots.
A war. I thought it was funny that that has led to a banning of your ex-best friend.
I'm going to tell you things that happen when I am gone. I tell you all to prepare yourselves.
Listen to this. Okay, here's a little bit. Just listen to this. What happened while you were gone? Well, we had the bankruptcy stuff. We had the camper. The 71 times they went after Only Me on their Sunday edition. Granger and Granger counterclaims. More bankruptcy posts. We had a banger of Miyagi video, if you missed that. We've had a couple now of tizzies, including a barn one. We had
I missed that. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, yeah, that one's good. It just popped up. I guess, see, you're not back until we do it. But in my mind, you're not back until Monday.
I'm not back yet. Yeah. I'm still not back.
You had the Larry v. Bruce.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
the
Oh, God.
Larry filing dropped. I still haven't even finished reading that.
Oh my God, that thing is a banger, especially when you get to a certain part of it and it starts talking about how the excrement man. Oh God, did I show you the picture? By the way, I actually have a picture of him and his two little pals. They're working together, moving goalposts. Have I shown it to you?
No.
Oh my God, look at this. Well, if I get it to pull up, damn it, it won't pull up. I'll have to show it to you in a minute.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Oh no, my tech problems are rubbing off on Tug.
I know,
Oh,
man.
no.
What's up? What's up? Well, you got to bring your problems.
I gotta bring all my problems to this stream.
Here it is. Check this out. So here it is right here. Look, here's BBB. He's like, come on, guys, let's move it. We got to move the goalposts. And here they are. Look at them. They're moving them.
Sticky and stretchy. Oh God. Yep. Sticky Widget, what have you been up to? Sticky.
Flying deuce.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, look at them. They're both right there. They're moving the goalposts.
Oh,
isn't that
yeah,
amazing?
and then I missed that Randy filed to have Bruce brought in for a hearing for being a lawyer without a license. That's
you missed that whole freaking banger of a time. That has been amazing.
God, I read those emails. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I can believe how horrible he is, but I mean, I'm just saying.
I couldn't believe.
I'm just saying. Just saying. It's the craziest crap I ever saw.
I still think in other courts they've done it with other courts too, but other courts, for whatever reason, they haven't. They got so brazen about it because I'm going to guess other courts have not turned around. I'm not necessarily saying Bruce did it with other courts, but Lips told us she did. She absolutely told us that she didn't file in other courts. She was writing them. She told us on a 2L show. So I know that she wrote in.
Yeah, they said that multiple times.
Yep. And this is the first time, though. And it was so bad when I looked at that. Because it wasn't, he might be able to get away with... I won't say unscathed, but he might have been able to get away if he was just trying to argue the logistics of something. Oh, well, this should have been done. Again, it would cause him problems, but he might have been able to slink away. But the stuff that he aimed at Randy and Jeremy, like when he aimed at Randy's reputation, when he went after him and his licensure, like that's nuts. We've heard it all before, but for him to do it, there's no reason to do it in a court, the way he did it, except to try to damage that case. And for him, man, he may have automatically given Jeremy Hales one hell of a win in that stuff. Oh my God. And that'll ripple through every case too. Mm-hmm. This right here. So check this out. This was really, I think, kind of telling too. When I was looking at it, because you have this person here. These are the comments. Now all this is gone. Now I'm glad I screenshot this when it was happening because it's all gone now. But you have this person being like, "Oh, the downfall. Oh, it's coming. It's coming." And somebody asks, "Hey, will the bankruptcy lawyer be there for everything that's going to go on?" And Volpe is like, I doubt the bankruptcy lawyer is going to be there. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they're on their own. And this is Volpe admitting it. Michelle, you need to look at that, because Volpe is telling you, you and John are on your own for this one. So everything they've done for the protective order, they're not going to be there to help you.
Yeah, well, I think that, Bruce is telling her he's going to help her behind the scenes, but his idea of help is landing him is going to be landing him in another show cause hearing is what's going to happen.
Well, I'm curious about something too. So she notes too, no, our bankruptcy attorneys for the bankruptcy. Oh, I thought he was for everything. That's what they've been telling us. 2L and them were like, oh, somehow he's connected to all the other cases, but nope, he's all for the bankruptcy. Isn't that an interesting one? For anything they try to do in any of the courts, but the protective order is all on its own. And no, we do not have an attorney. we don't know what we'll do. You're going to get violated is what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. But, and you did violate. That's the kicker with it. But okay, for this is a little problem here. So I just read the paperwork to you, and it doesn't mention the hearing date. So they're trying to say that someone got the paperwork off the docket and sent it to them. Okay, well, the docket is not publicly available. And the hearing date, like I said, I
wait,
think
where did they say somebody got it off the docket?
Right here. That's what she's saying right here.
She said
you're right. We are on
someone
our own. Yes,
got that
someone
paperwork and sent it to us. Baloney. But there's no paperwork on the docket. You can't get it there. It's sealed.
It's sealed. So what I'm wondering, what they did in this stuff, is I'm actually wondering if maybe an attorney. Again, I do wonder if maybe the court contacted Sean. Again, this is just guesswork. I don't know.
Because the last attorney of record would have been Sean Martin.
Yeah. So if they reached out to Sean,
he probably got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would have given it to them.
Right.
But that would not be someone off the docket.
It is not just somebody getting it off the docket. You'd have to be an attorney of record in the case to get it off the docket because it's sealed. She's going to have a lot of explaining to do on how this paperwork came to be online. Because the judge said that she didn't want to see any of it online. But they just refuse to listen to the judge. They don't want to listen to court orders.
Well, John mentioned that in that. So this is a real problem for them, I think, too. John mentioned that in the interview that the judge.
Do we have that downloaded, I hope? Because it's gone now.
Oh, yes. Yes, we do.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I mean, that definitely was one people picked up. But you can see them.
My former friend is all over Facebook right now blaming me for his channel being taken down. Me. I had nothing to do with it.
You haven't even been here.
I haven't even been here. I didn't even know what was going on. I've been in San Francisco and I've been traveling and like all over the place. But let me just say that a mutual friend of ours texted me today because there was one video on Volmit's channel that's a very important video for the Missouri court corruption scandal. And it's been deleted. And he's stupid enough to not know where his backup is. And so now because of his stupid ass actions, because he can't follow terms of service, he may have lost the only video we had of the evidence of the corruption by the guardians ad litem in Missouri. Now, luckily, I still have at least my review of that video somewhere, but I had taken it down because Volmit was in it. But I may be able, it's on my YouTube, I may be able to edit it down so that it's just the 45-minute video. But how dumb do you have to be to have your only copy of something that important on YouTube that can be taken down for any reason? And he's all complaining on Facebook that it's my fault that video is gone. He says that I contributed to this. How I contributed to it, I have no idea. How did I contribute, Darth Touch, to you putting obscenity on your YouTube page? How did I contribute to that? How did I contribute to you letting a guy who has been permanently banned stream on your channel?
Right.
How did I contribute to that?
Well,
you broke the laws of YouTube.
They were banned from for nudity and sexual content.
Well, you know what that was.
Oh,
it was most likely the revenge corn video of me and Jeremy, but also those pictures of Rosalind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That they put pictures of Rosalind with adult toys behind her. You can't put that on YouTube. We told them that. But they completely violate YouTube's terms of service, and somehow it's my fault. But he's out there blaming me. He's saying it's my fault.
I love that 2L last night came on and talked about how she has no sympathy anymore for Michelle Preston. And oh my God, last night's that transcript's amazing. It's crazy. I haven't even finished it yet. apparently they blamed her for spending $340 on crystals during January. So somehow that's impacting her ability to get a permit, which if I well remember, she had a permit in January. So where'd all this money come from, though? Where's she getting hundreds to thousands of dollars? Where'd all that come from? Good. There's a lot in it, though. Did you read the Marla's
That Marla's the mole?
Yeah, did you read it all?
No, I didn't read the whole thing.
Oh my god. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
Yes, Marla is the mole now. You know what's really cool, though? There's actually something even cooler in that. Let me show you something. So she posted, right? She posted this big long scree, and she posted pictures. Okay. Now, if you look through the pictures, what do we got? We got now she has labels, but they're cut off. You can see them on your phone. You can't click into pictures here, but you can on your phone. Well, this right here is called evidence. Look, she has Jeremy Hale's videos where she never watches Jeremy Hale's ever at all, right? But she's been saving Jeremy Hale's videos.
That's hilarious. Saving them? That's hilarious.
Yeah, because it's her evidence,
Oh, okay.
She also has put up something that is obviously not typed by you, Michelle. Obviously, it's not typed by you. Give me a second. 1 minute here. I hate how it times out. I'm going to read this to you first because it addresses the issue there. And look, this is AI or someone else. This is supposed to be from Michelle. I am compelled to address a situation involving Marla Hughes, who has contacted John.
She never used the word compelled in her life.
Furthermore,
no.
Convinced.
This is not her. I already know it's not her.
Oh my God. Who has contacted John and attempted to deceive me by asserting that I was dishonest and claimed that I appeared on Get Swamped on a different channel rather than my original YouTube channel, Otter Creek Preston Fam. Despite being timed out after entering a Get Swamped giveaway, I have irrefutable evidence. It's totally her, right?
Irrefutable evidence is that this has to be a joke. She's never heard the word irrefutable before. She couldn't spell it. Is it spelled properly?
It is. This is AI or something.
Something.
The channel's history clearly indicates my participation. Furthermore, I possess additional channels created inadvertently while learning YouTube, which I utilize to verify that channel history only reflects actual participation. I was on Get Swamped for approximately 2.5 hours, and upon re-entering the channel using a different account, Tori explicitly stated that signing up on multiple channels would result in disqualification. However, my intent was not to circumvent the rules, but to investigate whether the timeout was an error. Marla Hughes' actions have caused undue stress, and her accusations are entirely unfounded. Now, the other one's going to accuse her of being
entirely unfounded. And look at all that. Look at all that punctuation.
I know this is not because when you compare this, to the the one that she put up on YouTube, for oh my God, check this out. Drink this one in. Look, where's the punctuation? Hey, there's one.
Like the wallow text.
I like it though. Look, the mole, the mole. Marla's caused a strife between us for so long. We were told we had a mole. Well, I'm very aware of who that mole was, and it was Marla Hughes. There it is, right there.
Oh my God,
Marla, you moly little monster!
That is so weird. If it really is, if it really is, oh my goodness.
Marla's the mole. Now we have we have proof now. We have proof. I've always wondered. We kept talking about who the mole was, and something that I said as a joke way back when, when Jeremy was talking about who the mole could be, it could be multiple people, or he could have been trying to throw us off the trail when he mentioned it publicly, protecting his source. Maybe that's it, Marla. Marla, hey, she would be the perfect mole. Nobody would have ever thought that was her. I think she's the mole. I
agree. I mean, Lynette thinks she is, so I'm going to agree.
Well, we've always been told to listen to everything Michelle says and believe it, right? It's what the ecosystem said, listen and believe. She never lies. She's a very truthful, never lies, elderly indigent. How dare you, Marla, picking on this poor elderly indigent woman and her child? How dare you? What a terrible monster.
Something amazing is going on in the Laura Owens scandal too. At the same time, you guys, it never stops. Something amazing is going. Remember, she didn't show up for court. That was the whole big thing. I go out there, she doesn't show up.
Yep.
And her deal was she filed an Emergency Americans with Disabilities Act request. She had to have a continuance because she was dying. She's dying. Right. Guys, today I discovered that she was competing in a horse show.
Oh my God.
She's doing it right now. Right now, she is competing right now in the same show that started on October 22nd, the second day of her trial. She's been competing since at least Friday, and she's competing right now today. And we have a photographer there capturing it all right now.
What a freaking loser!
Right now,
idiot.
there is a photographer capturing her in all her glory, jumping on a horse when she told a California judge that she is dying and can't come to court.
I'm very proud of her for making a mess of everything. You got to admit that it takes it takes a genius to think, hey, maybe you shouldn't do anything that could get you in trouble for 2 weeks. I mean, it's just 2 weeks, right? But no, these people, man, that's the connector between all of them. None of these people can ever think ahead, take good advice. None of them. It's absolutely amazing. Oh my God. Here we go. I got to read this though. Are you ready? Here we go.
Yes.
So Marla Hughes has contacted John and tried to lie to John and tell him that I was lying. First of all, Michelle, why is she contacting John? Why is John taking her stones over there? She told us about Mr. Granger, and her allegations were that any man that does anything that, is even considered reasonably nice for a woman, why, right? So if I took that same logic and I applied it to John, what's going on between John and Marla? I'm just wondering. Doesn't that seem a little risque?
Frisky. I don't want to imagine that. I'm sorry. I can't go there.
Chicka bow ow.
That's almost as bad as you and Pear say sharing from the same spoon. Gross.
Oh man. Well, no, that's what best friends do.
I don't know what kind of best friends you've had.
That's right. My best friend. He's like, hey, will you come over and mow the back hairs on my back? Gross. That's so terrible. That's why I wear a mask, never get a little in my eye.
Oh my gosh. Gross.
So awful. So many oohs and grosses, right? Okay, so contacted John, tell him I was lying. I was on Get Swamped last night on a different channel, not my original YouTube channel, Otter Creek Preston Fam, where I got timed out when I was punched. When I was punched in my Get Swamped for the giveaway. Punch?
See, now this is how she normally writes. Now you know she wrote this. Because
this is the same thing.
Sense.
She took this. Did you take this and put it in AI and be like, hey, can you make this make sense? moreover, you know, oh, we did also watch that video from the bankruptcy lawyer. That also, you know, came into it came into the public light, you know, where he gets in trouble. That wonderful video. We watched it last night. So
Amazing. Yeah, that was Law Talk with Mike had that on. It was amazing.
God, there's another channel that covered him
Like
and
a
all of
year
that about
ago.
a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Meg's. Was it Meg's Crime Watch?
Yeah. Meg's
I've-
Crime Watch. That's it.
Yeah, Meg was following the Laura Owens case for a little while too. So it's funny that this crossed over and she didn't even know it, I bet. But yeah, amazing.
I'm telling you. Okay. Yeah, poor. Oh man, Jay has messaged me. He's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry I have to miss our show today, but I'm trying to fix the relationship between all of us." What a nut! I was like, "That's good. I didn't realize we had a show today." That's hilarious. Oh my God, he's such a nut, man.
You don't have a show today or tomorrow or the next day. Do you hear me, Pear?
Now, what's funny is he messaged me like 25 minutes after my show started. he must have forgot to go early today. Oh my God, that's so funny.
I was on a stream with him earlier and Rosalind just kept muting him. It was wonderful to just be able to just mute him. So every time he would start talking, she would just be like, "That's enough of that." It's just me. He didn't get 2 words out. It was great. It's revenge.
Such a nut. I thought that was funny. I like how Shizzy just stepped in and was like, "Yeah, let me add a little spice to this nugget." So I'm now going to show proof. Look at the pictures. It says history gets swamped under Otter Creek Preston, fam. And then it says history under Michelle Lynette. And then there's another channel that I have. Okay. Right here, by the way, do not get rid of your channels, Michelle, because you have now admitted to 3 channels that you utilize on YouTube. This kind of stuff was not disclosed in any of your court cases where you were asked about any channel. And these channels, I'm sure, with your... Oh, well, let's look at this picture, actually. Let me look at it. Let me see how it reads. I'm going to look at it on my phone.
I don't even understand what she's saying here. I can't.
She's trying to say these people accused her of getting booted because she tried to join a giveaway with multiple channels. That's what she's trying to say. Yes, she's saying they didn't just boot her. Well, they kind of made it. I thought anyway that they kind of made that point. They may have said something last night. I don't know. I haven't finished the transcripts yet, but they said the other day that the reason they booted her was because of drama. So they were saying that you brought drama to their stuff. Yes. See, okay. So here's the fun little dealie. Now I'm going to hold my place here, but this is what I was trying. You know, the little, this right here that has, this one right here that has this. Mm-hmm. This is not Michelle Preston's channel that we're looking at right now. This is under the other channel, Lynette Preston Michelle. What's interesting is even though she's showing us that this is kind of the one that she has kid shows on and everything, she actually stored some Jeremy Hales related material here. So she's disclosed 3 channels under this. And again, she's tuning in to get swamped with the Michelle Preston Lynette one, which, you know, these ecosystem channels, they're part of all of that mess. So again, she's disclosed 3 channels. At least one of them has been watching and more. That's just more evidence, man. That's what, I didn't even notice it at first, but like I said, you can't see it because it cuts off. But if you look at it on the phone, you can see the top of this, and the top of it, it says it's a different channel. So all 3 of these are from 3 different channels. This one is from the channel we're looking at right now. This one is from another channel called Michelle Preston Lynette. So again, she has 3 channels that she's utilizing there. Fun times. Good disclosure.
Unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. It is.
Oh, it's
anyway,
wild,
I just dropped in to make sure that Persay wasn't here, and
oh, you came here just to bully him out if he was here.
I did. I came here just to kick him out if he was here. I have to go and I gotta go and make dinner for the children.
I endorse bullying. That's always good.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, well, chat. You let me know if you see him show up. I'll come in to kick him out because he's got to know where the line is, and the line is you are not the co-host, Jay. You're just the sometimes fill-in. That's it. I don't want to hear anymore. Like, that's it.
People fighting to be my best. You've got Volpe is now. Volpe has crashed out so hard he doesn't have a channel anymore. Oh, crazy stuff, isn't it?
It's crazy. It's just crazy. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be back regular time with the best co-hosts this side of YouTube. And no, Jay, that's not you. All right. Bye. See ya.
Later. Let's see. Oh man. So I was looking at Volpe having his little fit on oh my God, on Facebook. Lordy there, you know. He's also, you know, somebody asked, they were like, you know, usually YouTube doesn't do this unless you violate terms of service. So I guess you violated. And he was like, I didn't. You think I put on I'm going to say X-rated, use a different word, content? That's impossible. Every video is scanned before it's no, that's not actually what the sexual nudity thing means. You know, again, Paint Chips got banned already for the kind of stuff he did. And you brought up his filings and stuff with his quote unquote memes. That's enough to get banned on. That's why I flagged it all out when I went through it. But what a mess. Let's read this and then we'll talk about that a little more. So she goes through her channels. It says history gets swamped under this channel here. It says history. There's a second channel. And then there's another channel that I have that I don't know how I got so many channels. It was when I was trying to learn YouTube. I have another channel and I went on to see if the Get Swamped was on every one of my channel histories, whether it was on it or not. And I've absolutely proven that if you don't go somewhere on your channel, it doesn't show up. Actually, you could have done something else too, Michelle, just to be honest. You could have also, you could have popped up and not done it under any channel. You could have been signed out. You can actually sign out of YouTube and go to a channel. So you can do that. And I'm not saying, I don't even give a shit like about about Robbie's stupid ass like rock giveaways. What do I care? I got a couple of the rocks here, and man, I can't believe you folks. I cannot believe them that they buy into that stuff. Oh my Lord. So let's continue. I find this interesting because they've turned on Michelle Preston. They have. It's wild stuff, you know. But I did not use the last channel to get on Get Swamped. I was on Get Swamped for about 2.5 hours or longer. It says 4 hours, but I have no idea. At the very end, I typed Get Swamped. I got a message. You've been timed out by the owner of the channel. By the time I tried to screenshot it, it was gone. So I went on the other channel, went back on to Get Swamped, put the hashtag Get Swamped. Tori made a statement that you cannot sign up on multiple channels. Oh shit. You know, here's the thing, Michelle. Maybe if they said that, then they were keeping track of all your channels, and maybe they legitly were targeting you. They've turned against you so badly. I'm telling you, if you have a wrecking ball to throw at these folks, you better throw it out there, Michelle. Like you've already showcased how. Why don't you throw out things like anything you know about the projects? if 2L is ultimately behind this, all these people march behind her. So Lisa is the one behind all of that. I'm sure you probably have some of her cronies trying to damage control, yakking in your ears, but ultimately those cronies are the ones trying to minimize what she's doing. And God, she is controlling this. If she said, "Oh, get along," they all would. They all did when you were a payday for them. But now it's a little bit different. So maybe you should drop some receipts on some of the things she claims that she picked up. Anything that you have receipts on? Anything you have in conversations? Man, go to town. Go to town. Take that wrecking ball. Also, again, certain police records. Like I said, I will make those available for you. For sure. Take them to the police. Because when you went to the police, I imagine you didn't take police records with you. If you're saying, "Oh, this YouTube channel that they caused me a problem." Okay, well, if you said, "Oh, this YouTube channel where one of the hosts actually has taken advantage of elderly people, defrauded and stolen from them," maybe that would be a little bit different. I don't know, but I would think so. But anyway, so which is not what I get. I was simply trying to see if I was timed out. If I'm being timed out again. The giveaway continued. I exited the channel. That was the end of it. I posted about it because I was so hurt. Well, now Marla has decided to call me a liar and try to convince John that I was a liar. Why are these people contacting John, Lynette? Why don't you ask that? Why is John working against your interests? Why is that? Why is John talking to 2L multiple hours of the day? Why is he talking to people like Marla? Why is that happening? If I have somebody that I care about and something happens, I don't side against them. Hold on one second. I had to sneeze. Sorry about that. I was like, "Whoa, there comes a sneeze." It's the weather change. My God. The weather down here it's warm in the daytimes right now, but it is cool at night. And everything is like leaves are starting to fall. We're getting that right at Halloween change. So, but Marla decided to call me a liar, tried to convince John I was a liar when he was right here with me. He was right here with me. Why is she hitting John up like that? Are y'all having a little fight back and forth? If I were going to fight over a man, I probably would fight over somebody with a little bit of value. I don't think John has a lot of value there. I mean, hey, you've talked about him being all these terrible things. Would you all fight over John Cook? I'm just curious, chat. Would you all fight over John Cook? I mean, he does bring some really sexy outfits wrapped to the crotch, Oh my God. Such good stuff. They're cat fighting over John Cook. He's my man. He hobbles down my road. What are you talking about? Yeah. Oh my God. He knows what happened. He knows how hurt I was. It broke my heart. And now the fact that Marla Hughes is attacking me is causing me extreme stress. What a monster, man. Marla Hughes, you are an absolute monster. That is. Again, Marla was one of the people. If you remember very well, Marla told us that Lynette Preston doesn't lie. Marla has been one of the ringleaders of this circus that empowered all of this stuff. So Marla, if Michelle Preston is saying that about you again, how dare you aim at this poor, indigent, elderly, single mother just raising an adopted child? How dare you stress them out? That right there, that's abuse, Marla. How dare you? These people, man, they're terrible. Gosh. I wonder how they like that, by the way. I like, though, I'm going to have to I'm gonna have to ask Jeremy, by the way. So here's our confirmation. Marla's the mole. There's gonna come up. Marla has caused such strife between all of us for so long. We were told we had a mole. Well, I'm very aware of who that mole was. It was Marla Hughes. Dun dun dun. Oh my God. Marla freaking Hughes is the mole, man. Oh, this is so crazy. Oh, I mean, I swear. Marla freaking Hughes is the mole. Yep. I always knew there was something about that, Marla. Oh. Marla, should I tell them about all the communications and stuff now? Is this the... Oh, wait. I probably shouldn't talk about that. Should I talk about all the times that you wanted to... never mind. I shouldn't say that. Oh, remember, Michelle doesn't lie. That's what they told us. Marla spent... Marla... This is the funny thing, though. Honestly. We said for the longest time, this would happen. This will happen on a long enough timeline that they will go knives out. They will try to go wrecking ball on each other. And they do. Again, maybe Jeremy will confirm tonight if Marla Hughes is indeed the mole. I think that's an important thing. By the way, Jeremy, again, if you have not preserved these, what you probably need to do, sir, is you need to sign in on a phone because you can't pull all these up. These are 3 different accounts. Okay. I didn't realize this, just a note. I didn't realize what these were because you can't click in on a desktop. Okay. But on your phone, this shows us 3 different accounts. And the funny thing is, see, when I was looking through these, I thought this was her account here and she was showing off a history. No, this is actually another account that wasn't turned over. So even on the kid account, obviously the little kid is watching sponge plates on and stuff. She's watching you too. So I might capture those 3 screenshots. I think that I would capture them in all their glory, not just again, anything like this. And this is telling everybody out there, if you see a screenshot on your desktop or on a laptop, it cuts them off. You notice I can't click into this picture. Right? I can't do anything on it, but I can on my phone. It's just the way that it's set up. It's one of those lovely items that you would never know about otherwise. So I can't believe Marla's the mole, though. It's amazing. Yep. And I'll address it in one of my upcoming video. Oh my God, Michelle, please make a Marla's the mole video. Oh, please, Mom, please. I don't ask for a lot in life. I really don't. But I need a Marla is the mole video. I very much need that in my life. Oh my God. I want to see Marla have a damn meltdown over it. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. I want to see it. Make your case. That's where YouTube is for, right there. That's exactly it. You call out that Marla, that old crazy Marla, for being the mole. You put her on blast. I mean, she does not deserve to. She does not deserve your friendship. Make the video, please. Please make that video. Make it your first video. I'll tell you what, Michelle, if you will make a Marla Hughes is the mole video, I will help you get your 1,000 subscribers. But it's got to be good. It's got to be good. It's got to be very good. No, I wouldn't have to help you. You make a Marla Hughes as the mole, and I'm telling you, like, people will come over and watch your videos, and it'll be funny because what'll happen, I would love it anyway. I would love to see you make videos because what would happen is 2L would be tempted to use your videos, and they would be fair use, by the way. She would be able to do it, but since she misuses fair use all the time, if she pulled up your stuff, you could strike her. So she'd want to use you as content, and she couldn't, and you would take away viewers. In fact, it's nothing but up for you from here, as far as 2L is concerned, because she hijacked your voice. She took away everything from that. You know, here's an idea, too. I'm going to put out something crazy. You want to hear something? Do you want to hear a good one? I had this crazy theory. All right, you've got to be ready for this. If you're not sitting down, you should sit down. What if, and again, this is just a what if the flagging of channels, you know, like Volpe and that, they blamed it on Jeremy Hales, right? But what if the ecosystem channels getting hit wasn't actually Jeremy Hales? What if it was a certain ecosystem channel that is afraid of losing its place in the pecking order that is taking down its competition? What if, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's true, but what if? What if? I mean, these people, they don't get along. They're loosely confederated. They pretend to get along, but these are the same people. Some of them have very sketchy pasts. You have people, again, strong-armed extortionists. You have frauds that have gone to prison. What would you do to remove something like that from you? I mean, just wondering. I mean, Jeremy's the perfect scapegoat for it. But what if it's not a Jeremy Hales? What if the phone call is coming from inside the house, as it were, or inside the ecosystem? Just like I said, I'm just speculating. Wouldn't that be something? I would not put it past them, to be honest. You know. Okay, let's continue. But it's going to be in one of her upcoming videos, and you'll understand why Marla is the mole and why she's doing what she's doing. But it's wrong. Oh my God. She's going to make a video, she says. It's going to be about Marla. It's going to explain why Marla Hughes is the mole. Why she's doing what she's doing. I've always wondered, by the way, Michelle, why does she latch onto your fame? You know, a lot of people are called hangers on. Like John Cook loves to say that people are trying to latch onto your relevance. You know, they said that about the lady with the Afghan. Well, Marla Hughes really is that. Marla Hughes has no reason or standing to be doing what she's doing, and yet she's always right there, and she's always siding with the people it seems like that she can get the most clout out of. So why is she grifting off your relevance? That is kind of weird, isn't it? Maybe you should call her out for that too. I mean, I'm all down for putting Marla on blast. I think it would be really fun. Marla will be out there spinning this too. But one of the things I've learned about Marla is that's all she does is spin. You can have something that is just 100% verifiable truth. Like it's right there. And she will deny reality. She will. You take her down. You take her down, Michelle. You show her. You show her she's the boss. I believe you. She's the mole. I believe you. God. I am not a liar. I do not lie. I will not lie. The truth is the truth, and here's your proof. Man, you're almost like Dr. Seuss. The truth is the truth, and here's your proof. I was on Get Swamped on the original channel. I got timed out right as the giveaway started. And since he tells everyone they are welcome, even those who oppose him or his friends are welcome, that is some bullshit right there. That is absolutely not true, by the way. Everyone's welcome, including those. You know why they've started going on to that? Again, because they're the little copycat rats, but they ban anybody. Like, look at these people on some of their channels have banned the biggest donor they will ever see in their lifetime. They've taken him out. So I love how they try to sell this idea that they're open to diverse and differing opinions. Yeah, right. But I felt so hurt. So I left the channel. After going to my second channel, I put the hashtag in and explained. And Marla, you absolutely devil, Marla. You caused issues with Lisa. Oh, man, so it's Marla who caused the issues now. You know? Give me 1 second. Clear my throat. Sorry about that. It's freaking weather, man. I keep sneezing. Maybe I'm allergic to Marla. But now Marla is being blamed for the issues between 2L and LMNOP. That's hilarious. It doesn't matter. By the way, I think the actual issue there, LP, I wouldn't put it past Marla did dig in like a bloodsucker she is and try to cause some issues. But the real issue, I believe, is what do you call that? Oh, yeah, stealing $100,000. Maybe that's the real problem there. I don't think the problem is just, Marla and whatever word she throws around. God, what crazy people here. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw some of the... Wow. So somebody did send over a few screenshots from what happened. That's something else. So somebody sent some screenshots over showing a few things that were posted by paint chips that ended up on Volpe's channel. Maybe you should talk to your boy, man, because he cost you your channel for real. You know, you can throw your fit about it and everything, but I've been sent a couple of screenshots, and those things right there, they would have cost you your channel. Absolutely. The stuff that, his obsession with Rosalind Duke. He gets so butthurt because they made fun of his articles, which are public, by the way, they're public facing, and his tweets. And the thing is, if you want to make fun of people, like you want to go after them, you understand the platform. He had already been banned. Why would you think the stuff he's... Oh, God. He's going to be crying about Hales. But, man, and they were like, oh, you should sue. You should sue. Well, first of all, you can't prove who took the channel. But also on that, too, the screenshots which put up, those things, man, a normie judge, if they saw some of that stuff, they would be horrified by it. So good luck with that. But anyway, Marla, you caused issues with Lisa and I. You lied to her, told her I said things I never said, and you bullied me. Oh, my God, Marla. You bullied me to the point of not being able to deal with you any longer. Marla, you're a bully. Again, how dare you, Marla, bully this elderly, indigent, impoverished, single mother of an adopted child. How dare you? How dare you go after Otter Creek Saint? Gosh, what a bunch of monsters. Anytime we run into Marla now, I'm going to point out and we'll be like, how dare you, you bully, you monster. Again, they spent years telling us that anything she said was true. And remember, too, they all have problems like 2L is melting down because of LP. But you remember, they said when Hales, with everything that has come up with him, that he was just supposed to eat it and grin and bear it. Isn't that weird? I mean, I've been going through the stuff from last night, and it is something else. I'm going to show you a little bit of it, and then we'll read some super chats. But Now here you are, and now here you go again. Stop your lying. You'll face God, and you'll answer to him. And I feel bad for you. I'll pray for you. Yes, you will face God, Marla, because you're the mole. I'm so amused by this. I really do. I'm not kidding. I really need the video that she's talking about here. Oh, I swear to God. You know what's crazy, Michelle? If you wouldn't count on it on these people, if 1 second. We were told they had a mole. I'm making a screenshot here while I've got this up here. You know, Michelle, if you would have gone out and done your own stuff, if you would have actually not let the PR people run wide open. You say you didn't recruit them. I'm assuming that Bruce recruited them then. Maybe you should talk about that too, how exactly they came into this, because you say they're not your PR team. Okay, well, what are they doing running PR for you? Why do they think you're your PR team? Did somebody else hire them then if you didn't? Maybe you should clarify all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, you could have made your own money. You know that $400 and something that you've been asking for? You know where you would have gotten that? You would have gotten it from your own viewership. Because you know who lost you support? It wasn't Jeremy Hales. The people who lost you support were the people that you were supposed to be able to depend on. That's what blows my mind sometimes when I look at all this stuff. Now, there's been a lot of other postings by Preston too. I have not covered them all yet. You know, we have a bunch. We will catch up some stuff, I'm sure, in the coming week. But let me show you this real fast as well. There's been all the RV stuff that's been going on. 1 second, I'll show you what's going on with. See, we have we have all of our RV pictures, which again, I don't begrudge a person a place to live or anything. I mean, again, in fact, they were talking smack about you, Michelle, though. If you hear this, last night, they were talking smack about you and money. They were like, oh, she's out there grifting $425. You know, again, these were supposed to be your friends that are burying you. They have absolutely buried you to these folks. Here, I'm going to prove that's what they were saying last night, too. So check this out. Oh, my goodness. Last night was the transcript has been something. Look at this here. You're just grifting, they yell. You're just grifting. You're grifting. You're still grifting. You're grifting for $425 right now. Is that correct? So if that's the case, you would have had $340 of it if you didn't buy those, if you didn't get, and they keep talking about buying crystals. They were like, if you didn't get those crystals from Robbie. Huh. Wow. Wow. If you'd stop buying stuff, Michelle, good God. I mean, how dare you buy stuff even though you've had $100,000 gifted to you? How dare you buy anything? Who are these fucking people to criticize? I mean, again, I cannot believe that I'm sitting here and I'm going to say what I say, because again, out of these two parties right here, these people have no right to tell this lady that how dare you with money when they stole this woman's money and they encouraged her to pick up crystals and rocks and other stupid shit. They encouraged this. They loved it because what it did is it fostered a dependency. You know, she would go to their chats and they would give her quote unquote free things. These things weren't free, Michelle. This is the one thing I don't think you've ever understood. When they quote unquote gave you something, they were running what really I'm just going to call a donation scam, because it's been over a year. Again, the first barn related donations came in on the 16th of October last year. The $10,000, I believe it was, one of the big ones, it came in on the 20th. So The ones that they themselves, though, acknowledge were for the barn dominium. They started coming in last year, over a year ago now. There has been nothing. And I know that they say they've sold their audience on the idea that it's all permit related. But Michelle Preston, on the one thing that she definitely dropped receipts on, she 100% dropped receipts showing she was asking them to fix up the barn dough so they wouldn't lose those. It's wild. Like I said, it's she ran into people she thought were working for her. They were getting her money. Now they're talking about, this is what's crazy too, Michelle. And again, I think this should be brought up as well to police. The fact that they're saying that they're going to start gathering money for another child for Christmas. Well, they've already been picking up money for Christmas. They didn't just start. You know, they're saying they're going to start doing it. They've been raising money since last year, right at the end, right after it. They kept going. And they've been raising money since then for another HG Christmas. How much money's been raised? Who knows? Nobody except them knows. But they're talking about cutting you out. Now, you don't have to be magnanimous and say, oh, yes, I accept for another. No, they used your kid and you to solicit donations for you and your child to have Christmas. And now they say they're going to turn it for another person. Why? Because there will be less scrutiny. They're also, they're trying to make it look like they do this for a lot of other people when they have never done this for anyone else. They're getting caught, and I think they're worried. But look at this. Check this out real fast. Well, let me see if it'll shoot over here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so what I'm talking about, look, there's proof. This is 2L made sure to tell us. So 2L acknowledges that the first receipt for the barn dough come in on, this is by them. They note that they came in on the 16th and the 20th. That's their dates they added. So again, it has been over a year now. And there hasn't been anything. The only things that have happened are there's about, again, stop lying about the amount of money the wood outside costs too. I'm going to say that it cost a couple to maybe $3,000. That's about the Lowe's equivalent. You know, not tens of thousands of dollars. Fencing, around $4,000 to $5,000. Your number was 5 again. And there was a Christmas thing. There are 2 water heaters that are on the ground. There are 2 easy flow toilets, and there is there's an island. So you're talking about with the barn money, they probably spent, God, we'll be nice and say $4,000. Not 15 like we, with the wood thing. Oh no, the wood estimate's down a lot. It's down a lot. No wonder they wanted to show receipts. But look, a year and nothing. But instead, they've been digging into Michelle. They've made her the enemy, and they were bringing it up again. They went off on her. Like if you search Michelle in the now this is just directly, it notices her name 19 times. It notices her name, and it's sure. Like, look how many times she pops up all over their rants. Good God. I mean, they're all over attacking her repeatedly too. It's quite amazing to watch. They're saying that, of course, they'll track your spending too. What's amazing is they'll track her spending, but they'll provide you receipts of what Michelle Preston spent on crystals, but they sure as shit won't provide the public with any kind of receipts on how much money was brought in through donations. Isn't that jacked up? Doesn't that say that they've been planning this all along, Michelle, too? When they keep up with you spending over $340 on crystals, that, by the way, is from January to July. So they keep up with how much you've spent on crystals, but they can't tell how much a barn dominium actually brought in. They'll show your receipts because they always planned on stringing you up. They knew that one day this would happen. They knew. They were like, let me tell you something. The amount of stuff that you got from him, the credit you got from people for buying you gifts, and you still went and brought crystals from him. I can tell you right now that from January the 3rd to July, she spent over $340 on crystals from him. You know who this right here is? Tori, by the way. Tori's the one who said that she keeps the receipts and the books. So they've been planning this for a long time. They've been planning to throw you under the bus forever, Michelle. They kept a running total on you. Tori bragged that she's the receipt keeper. She's the one that keeps all the books. So she also said that she runs the show with him and stuff. So yeah, these people that she thought were her pals, Michelle, they turned on you. Repay the effort. Repay it. Which she did not need to. And guess what? That money could have gone to a permit. You know what else could go to the permit? $100,000 you stole. You stupid weirdos, man. Like I said, Michelle Preston is a lot of things, but a bunch of idiots gave her money. And whether I agree on whether she should have that money or not, they thought that she should have their money. Now these people are doing everything in their power to convince these same people that she's a monster, that she should not have this money, all of these things. Why would they do that? Well, it's because they don't want to turn it over. They're going to, again, you watch, I've been saying this for a minute. They're going to, quote unquote, refund a small amount or promise that they'll either promise and never deliver it, or they'll, quote unquote, refund a small amount, a pittance of it, and say that they had costs on everything else. They will never turn money over to this woman. And it is crazy to watch, you know? You just want to sit here. You want to have your voice. You jumped the gun again last night. Opened your mouth because you think you effing know everything and you don't. That's your problem. So go on. And you're doing is showing people how of a little ungrateful person you actually are. In your own words, shame on you. They talk to you like you're a dog, lady. You're going to take that. You're going to take that, Michelle. Give it back. Give it back to them. Stop playing victim from them, too. You know what? Stop playing victim in your posts and hit them with something. Hit them right in the face with something that shows who they are. That's the only way you're going to get people back, you know? That's the only way. The only way. You don't have to hit them right in the mouth, you know? Look at them talk. Robbie gave you stuff, okay? But that's not a... But that's how you don't know how to budget, Michelle, which is why no one's giving you money. Actually, the reason they're not giving you money, Michelle, is because these people stole all the money from you and then convinced people you shouldn't have any more. That's why you're not getting any money, because you don't know how to budget. Even John said so. Look, John is screwing you over behind everything. Look at that. They're quoting John. I don't know how many times they're going to have to bring up John Cook screwing you over and talking trash about you behind the scenes before you realize the guy that's sitting right there beside you is an enemy in your own midst. That guy right there, he talks to them every single day. They've said that. They were talking about how somebody was planning on, went to the police and was planning to sue them, how somebody very close to you noted that. Who do you think that is? That's John Cook. Huh. Weird. So they've isolated you. What do you think they're going to do? Again, I wonder, I don't have any proof of this, but I wonder if they're going to try to say that you're mentally incompetent. Again, if they can go through all of that, they try to snatch your land, your kid. I mean, right now, you're going bankrupt. They are convincing you to go bankrupt, so that shows you can't hold on to money. That means that you can't take care of a kid. That's what they're going to say. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's something they can say. They can try to pull everything out from under you. You don't think that they have enough people to do it? Because I think they could. But you don't know what you're doing with the funds you got. You ask for money for a camper for $5,000. Here, you save $50. Now, all of a sudden, you guys got money, $50 that you're grifting in your own words. You're grifting for 50. Yes, I said that. You know what, Michelle? Look, Michelle, you know what? This is the reason we tell you to keep your mouth shut, and you didn't listen. Keep your mouth shut. You know why they tell you to keep your mouth shut? Because they're afraid of what you're saying. They call you a liar. They said, oh, because you're lying. You made it up in your head. It's not true. They're going to tell people, again, you're incompetent. You hear stuff in your head. You're a nut. But look, she goes on to tell you again, I've got to go through all of this. They say that they have no sympathy for you anymore. They don't care. They have no sympathy. Yeah. And worship them. Look what I did for you. I did all of this for you. And this is how you repay everybody. Again, they spend all that time just and they bring up your kid. Your kid's a weapon against you too. That's the thing. They've weaponized your kid against you too. You think that you know some of those CPS calls, they come from those people. We're going to go through all of that. I'm going to go through and pull all of the statements. But I've got to get ready. I know how slow I am with super chats. So let me read what's here. We've got Mr. Hales will be up soon. Hey, by the way, I got a note from somebody saying they think they're blocked. If you would, again, mail me the when you sign into YouTube, you have a URL across the top. It's the address, essentially, like the web address. Just send me that. If you'll send me that, then I'll be able to look at your account, and it'll be your YouTube landing page. And if I can look at your YouTube landing page, I don't want to throw anybody out there and say, hey, this is you. That's why I'm just addressing it because I see it there. And I can help you. I could probably do it now, and check it. And I could toggle your account if I need to. Nadine dropped 9 months there. Hello from Canada. Well, hello there. I hope you are doing excellent, by the way. Appreciate you too. I love how we are worldwide. Thank you for the 9 months. Thank you. Fallen Hero, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? Thank you for the gifto. Man, quiet, please. I have a migraine. This might just be to me, bro. I blame it on Marla. I think Marla caused your headache. You know why? Because she's a mole. She tried to drill into your head. No. I hope I hope for real. Headache wise, I hope it does get better, man. Tonight, by the way, later tonight after Hales and everything, I'm going to watch that new Pennywise show, Welcome to Derry. It comes out tonight. So I'm curious if that will be any good. It may be awful, but I'm like, man, I do not want to have to go and pick up Max, but I do want to see it. I've got to know. Sister Sal, thank you for the 5 gift. Oh, thank you, Sister Sal, by the way. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Like I say, I always love seeing your avatar too. Look so happy. Martin, thanks for the 2. Oh no, take it down by YouTube Whack-a-Troll bot. Yeah, indeed. They got hit by it, and of course they blame Jeremy Hales. They don't blame the co-hosts that they have. They don't blame them for all the crazy and awful stuff that they do. Nope. Instead, posting over and over again, complaining about him. He called the police on this, They don't learn, man. They don't learn. So they're going to blame, they can blame Jeremy. They're going to blame Megan, but they don't blame themselves, man. I mean, again, I saw what Paint Chips posts. And I saw what you brought up in some of your streams. That stuff again. I've been telling you for a while. It's going to take your channel down. And they treat it, yeah, that can be ammunition, but ultimately, what did it accomplish for you? You lost your channel for it, And yes, you can complain and whine that Jeremy somehow did it to you, but ultimately, again, Paint Chip's already got himself banned. God, man, these people, dude. It amazes me because I see people that do get false strikes, by the way. But the thing is, I saw what these folks were posting and doing. And to be honest, I'm shocked that they haven't faced any kind of repercussion before now. It's just that they had been, I guess, small enough not to go not to be noticed. I keep telling 2L and them that too. Again, I like making fun of them, and I think they provide plenty of evidence. They have big mouths too, and I like watching the fight between Michelle Preston and them. I think it's funny. So they need to not get banned, but they are going to if they keep going with it. And again, they think that they are unbannable. They think that none of that stuff could happen when they've already seen yet another one fall. Isn't it crazy? Something to bark about. Thanks for 11 months. Catch you live. Love you and Megan. Can't wait to hear what she thinks about all that. Oh yeah, tomorrow she popped in a little bit, but tomorrow will be a heck of a catch up because there's a lot. There is so much to go over. I really want to talk about the Bubbles receipts. I'm going to talk about his letters with her on that and the hearing coming up in December. I think that is a exceptional, topic because that is very relevant. I mean, you got BBB popping that off, popping out the stuff with Larry. I mean, again, there is a lot that's right there. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the lawsuit too against Larry. I thought he laid out a pretty damn good case about why they might not make it anywhere with their case. So we'll see though. Andre, thanks for the tip. Hey Tug, they just don't learn consequences. And I mean, again, what's really interesting about that too. If I've helped many people get their channels back. Many people. But these people, they decided to take aim at me. They wanted to threaten me and more. I would normally help a person get their stuff back, but these people are such douchebags that fuck them, Absolutely. I wouldn't take their channel, but I also wouldn't help them get it back, Terry, thanks for the two. Is Paint Chip still on YouTube? He has other channels that he's opened. He's had other channels. So it's not that he's on there necessarily. What it is he's gone in and he's opened up multiple accounts and they'll catch them sooner or later. They do. They're just slow about it. But yeah, I mean, he is technically on YouTube, but about that. Dan, thank you for the super chat there. Appreciate you back in the channel. That is very nice of you. Thank you. Hey, what's up? Welcome and a hello from Norway. Well, thank you for that. Greetings return to you from small town Tennessee. It's lovely. Like I said, I love seeing how we're worldwide in this thing. We call out all kinds of insanity. Yeah. I've had people, like I said, people will mail and be like, I see a mail right there where people are noting that Paint Chip's channel is still up. Now, his other channel is up. He had multiple channels and he just opens up a bunch of other ones. The thing is, he doesn't care about the damage he does. He doesn't at all. It's like a wrecking ball that rolls in. And unfortunately for him, I think he took out his pal, Paint Chips took out his little pal. And that's I feel bad, but I mean, again, tell these people, dude, that's going to happen if you don't watch what you're doing. They'll sit around and they will continue to blame Hales for what they did. It's ridiculous, man. Joan, thanks for the 10. Bread and sticks to make the ecosystem mad. Oh, poor eco babies. Poor eco babies. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thank you for that too. I love how upset they get with everybody but themselves. Again, they had a heck of a thing going on. You know, they did. They had a heck of a thing going on. They had so many backers. They had so many people that that they could turn to with stuff. Now you've seen what happens. Like they had 400 the other night, but that was because they were talking about some Hales related stuff. If they don't, they're drifting down in the 200s, you know, with viewership, and that's not good. So yeah, they should watch it, man, because they're going to end up with nothing, and it's all going to be, again, they'll point at Hales and say that's his fault, but how would it be? See, thank you for the super chat there. Thank you there, man. I appreciate it. And appreciate the love, thumbs up, waving. By the way, I hope everybody's ready for Halloween. It is right around the corner too. The kids are excited about it. They're like, "Oh yes, Halloween!" Man, we are in the we're in the year-end mode. We got that. Got Thanksgiving and then Christmas. Man, crazy, isn't it? Hazel Monte. Go. Thank you for the 10 there. Laughter tax and breadstick money. Breadstick money. Laughter tax. Laughter tax. I love it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Jada, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. It's awesome. Remember tonight, Hales will be on later. I'm very curious. I love watching those. Oh man, I forgot to post. I need to post something real fast. I need to note that Marla is indeed the mole. I forgot to post that. Oh my God. So let's take the screenshot here. We will be Preston expose. I'm putting this on Facebook. Exposes the mole. Marla Hughes. Oh my God. Marla, how dare you pick on this poor, elderly, indigent person? There we go. Now, how dare you and anti-Hales? There we go. Anti-Hales. That's what it needs to be. Man, what a monster. God, that Marla Hughes. Preston exposes the mole. God, I really hope we do get that video. I really do hope we get it. Keith, thanks for the 5. Tricks and deceits, they'll take all your treats. That's right. That is very true. They haven't learned it by now, but Andre, thanks for this. So Volpe is gone, but Luffman's channel is still up. Yeah, like I said, well, again, Luffman got he got taken down. And he's still down on the channels that were taken down. But he opened multiple channels. And again, YouTube has gone to so many bots. The bots are slow about finding things like ban evasion. But they do eventually. But the funnier thing in that is those channels have no traction. What Volpe did here. See, Volpe, I realize you've got to think about this too. He just lost a monetized channel because of paint chips. So he lost that revenue stream. He lost it forever. And he lost it because of their actions. It wasn't because, again, of Hales, like they're trying to say. They lost it because of their own actions. They will not, it's not that they cannot control themselves. They will not. They love to find the line that wherever, whatever rules are, and they love to cross them while screaming that they have the right. And sooner or later, again, they're dealing with a dude that got put in jail because of how brazen and flagrant some of his actions are. But this is the guy that he chooses to team up with. Can that get you some quick money? Maybe. But it always comes with a cost. It cost him his entire channel. Now, how are you going to play advocate? How are you going to go out and convince people to give you money? You're going to try to sell them the idea of Substack, the thing that you get like 3 or 4 clicks on? I mean, come on, dude. Again, you can scream and yell about Jeremy Hales, and they are all whining and stuff. They're going to sue. You're not going to win a lawsuit based on that. Good luck with that shit, because you can't even prove who hit your channel. You got hit for nudity and more. Again, people can show the kind of stuff that you guys posted. So, I mean, they're just out in the cold. And I don't wish that on people, but they enjoyed going after Hales. They went after his businesses. They showcased themselves, reporting him to multiple places, trying to take his businesses and more down. So, I mean, I'm lacking in sympathy for it. And again, with the threats from especially the partner there, like I said, I could probably help them get it back, but there is no way in hell I would do that. Not after the threats and bullshit. Screw that, man. I said, I don't wish people channel loss. I don't wish people's loss of income, but they certainly wish it on other people. So like I said, I'm all out of sympathy for certain people out there. Rosalind, thanks for the 5. Reminds me of quote tweeting the Washington Post. Exactly. That didn't go well for it. Exactly. Exactly. 100%. 100%. Tracy dropped 10 giftos. Thank you, Tracy, there. Like I say, I love those because they support the channel and they support other people out there. So it's beautiful. Thank you. Texas Proud. What's up, Texas Proud? Back for another live goal. Thank you. First of all, I appreciate that there. Honestly, today we have had, let me check something real quick before I give a number with that. For a short stream where we've just goofed off, I think we've had 40 super chats. So we're close to 50 on today, which is funny. Because they hate that number, man. You'll see them bring it up. Like if you look through transcripts sometimes, they hate that specific number. It's amazing. That's why I mention 50 sometimes, because they seem to hate it when people get to 50 super chats. It's probably because it's imaginary goal that they can't cross. I noticed too, like they were selling. So thank you also, Texas Proud. Very much appreciate you. But they were selling a bunch of just junk one day. And I noticed that the number, I mean, they had less than 200 people that were just sitting. And there were maybe a dozen people talking, a dozen picking up stuff. And I guess that's how they're basically trying to do they are doing a Jeremy light. When they say they're not trying to run a competitor business, they run online auctions now on their sites. They were auctioning off books and other things that they'd pick. I mean, again, they very much adopted this again, this competitor, but it's really hit them in the pocket, man. Michelle, I hope she doesn't let up on them ever. It's funny. 2012, thanks for the tip. Made a song since you've been gone with the list. Made a song. Did you make a song? What song did you make? You'll have to show me. What's up, 2012? By the way, too. Appreciate you, brother. Hazel Monte Ingle, 9 months, baby. 9 months. Thank you for that. YouTube search Paint Chips, channel shows up together with Unknown Podcast. Will vomit. 0 views. Yeah, it's like I said, it's another channel that he had out there. The channel that he reposted the Revenge Prawn got taken down. It absolutely got taken down. He tried to play the "I'm back, baby." No, that's an old channel. You can look at when it was created and what's on there. Not the same one. You know, he has a bunch of them over there. Like I said, so yeah, he has channels, and Volpe may make him some new ones too. The problem is that they can't make anything off of them. It's like flea bites, man. You know, and you don't want to play whack-a-mole with every channel. It's like for me, I'm not going to sit around and report a bunch of tiny channels. Like I said, I didn't take down the Volpe channel either. But for me or whomever, if there was somebody there, you can't stop them from going in and creating fake channels under VPNs or whatever, you know, where they're being flagrant about it. But YouTube, like I said, they will hit them. They will. And it's usually with people like Paint Chips, it's usually the people around them that end up paying, you know, that's the real kicker. Rob, thanks for the 10. Okay, Tuck, I dare you. I repeat again, dare you to show Shizzy's new video. Oh, we'll have some fun with that. Trust me. I've got a plan for that. Shh. Don't mess it up yet. But I've got a plan for that. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. Serena, thanks for the year, baby. My last member milestone since government shutdown. Hubby's not been paying. Oh man. Well, hey, you guys take care of yourselves. This government shutdown stuff is awful, by the way. We pay these morons to get along enough to, you know, not impact lives. And I'm not trying to get into politics with anything. Both sides are to blame for this mess. Get along enough to make things run. That's their job. If other people did these things like, you know, if other people ran jobs like the government runs theirs, we'd all get fired. But these people, they just pretend they're doing us favors. God, it makes me mad. But yeah, I appreciate you. I understand that, man. You do you. I get it. But God, it's gotten to the point where I feel terrible about the political divides, especially. You know, so many people, households. I saw a video where somebody, for real, I thought it was a joke video, but apparently it was not, where somebody had taken and flushed their grandma's remains down a toilet because they voted differently than them. That's terrible, man. Terrible, you know? Just kind of makes me sad. And it really makes me sad because, you know, they convince us they're doing a job. And meanwhile, like I said, everything shuts down. We should all be all together screaming at them, get it done now. Anyway, Death Angel, what's up? I hope you are doing good, by the way. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 5 gift notes there. And thank you for that. And appreciate it. I'm sure other people appreciate it too. So thank you. Sassy, thanks for the 2 there. Laura Owens is just getting back on the horse again. Indeed. She's back on the saddle again, right? It's hilarious. Heather, thanks for the 7 months. Glad to be here. Well, I'm glad that you are here, Heather. Thank you. Appreciate you. Natalie, drop that super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. I love that there needs to be at least one super sticker so I can always clip them. So I thank you. Appreciate it. Raya, urgent check. Let me see. Give me a minute. Let me check. You know, Twitter is so bad with DMs these days too that, God, I just don't even mess with them anymore. Oh, Paint Chips. Did Paint Chips try to pop up here? By the way, yeah, I see Paint Chips. So you tried to, he tried to pop up in the chat. Richard, if you pop up, you are going to get banned. You know, oh, they won't give me my speech. No, you're just a piece of garbage, dude. But I'm glad you at least, you know, you at least want to damage it. Why did they get banned? Okay, you want to understand why Volpe lost a channel? Because Luthman will run around and do things like this. He posted in anybody seen a and put in little alligators and little eggplant emojis. So you know what he's trying to say there. Now, like I said, they all love that and they think it's all funny until they lose their channels over it. And then they'll point at Hales and whine and cry. But ultimately, that guy right there is why that channel went down. So he can be like, oh, ho, 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 you know, and thinking he's doing something. But ultimately, all he did was screw his partner out of his monetized channel. Man, that's a real laugher, isn't it? I mean, screwed him out of any type of real resource. It's not just that resource. How now does he go and sell people the idea that he's going to cover their cases? Because writing on Substack means nothing. Because he has nothing to show that to other. What's he going to tell them? I've got a YouTube channel with a couple hundred folks. Because rebuilding like that brand that he had built, it was built over time. That number, he had a lot of inactive folks on that. And, you know, that's how channels, they just build up. They snowball over time. He's starting at zero. And again, his pal, they can pretend that they've gotten some kind of win in this. But ultimately, again, this guy who apparently has some severe issues, he won't stop, to the point that he will cost all of them their channels if given the opportunity. I'm telling you, 2L will get their channel taken down too. They will. And they'll blame it. They'll cry about Jeremy Hales, but it's that dude. Oh, what a bunch of idiots, man. Wheat Toast, thanks for the 5. The amount of idiots with a law license, mind-boggling and a bit scary. Indeed, indeed, that is true, Wheat Toast. Very true. It's amazing, isn't it? Props to your B Riot, by the way. Thank you, Wheat Toast. I like that statement. It's amazing. And dropped a gift-o too. Thank you, Wheat Toast. Much appreciated, my friend. Raya, there's something about Marla. What's in her hair? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. John about that. Gross. Something to bark about. Drop that super sticker. Thank you. Something to bark about. That's awesome. I like that. That's a new thumbnail as well. I like that. It's cute. Razilla, thanks for the tune there. Tug, Megan, check your email. Let me see what's rolled in on the email front, by the way. Let me see what's here real quick. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Sorry, it's taking me just a second to roll there. What is that? That's weird. I like getting these weird items that get sent over different places. Like I get these weird spam messages and more. God, man. Paint chips. I see where people have clipped the paint chips clips and stuff too. I'll have to look through in a minute. Oh, by the way, thank you too, Cheryl. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Dropped 5 there with PayPal. Thank you for that. Keep the laughter going, indeed. Indeed. Always, every day. We just laugh at these stupid people, man. They're blowing themselves up. Thank you, Brazil. Too. But yeah, I mean, they're self-destructing. They are. Because they've resorted to trying to do anything to damage Hales. I mean, look at it right now. So Volpe loses his channel. Because really of paint chips. Now, who brings in paint chips? I mean, really, who's been tagging them in and bringing them in everything? BBB. Now, BBB is acting more and more like paint chips all the time. He's acting like he's off the freaking leash and off the rocker, you know. Clear as mud. 35 months there. Thank you, Clear as mud. Appreciate you. 1 more freaking month, man. Years there. Thank you. Hello to you too. Appreciate you. Amanda dropped 19 months there. Thank you. Just saying hi. Pay my lurker tag. Well, I appreciate you there. Appreciate seeing you. Appreciate you dropping in. Get that hello lurker text. Thank you. Angela, how you doing? 37 months. That's amazing there. Wow, 37 months of laughter and insanity. It was longer, but only. I mean, well, people have been around. First of all, thank you. 37 months, crazy. But, you know, some of you, like, I can't believe, like, when I look back, I can't believe how long the channel's been here first. But like, it's amazing how long people have been here. Thank you. Appreciate that. Emma, thanks for the vibe. I'm not the smartest, but these people take stupidity to a whole new level. That's what I think sometimes. You know, sometimes you don't realize like how good or smart you are at something, you know, until you see these people. Then you're like, well, maybe I am a lot more competent than I realized, right? If I hadn't watched, I wouldn't believe it if somebody explained it to me. I know, Emma, it's crazy, isn't it? Like this stuff seems like it can't be real, right? William, thanks for 5. If I could send a super chat to just Jimmy, it's more entertaining. He's more entertaining than all the 2L cohorts. Yes, that's right. If you could super chat the cricket, that would really be funny, wouldn't it? Angel, thanks for 5 there. Message that fast, but 2L got those favorites like ring from Temu. LOL, my friend bought one from Temu. 25 cents on spell. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I've noticed a lot of their items that they like to put up and sell. I mean, they are Temu specials, you know, and it blows my mind sometimes because they pretend that they're selling something amazing, or you know, that they're hooking people up, and ultimately it's sad. You know, there's no effort into any of this stuff. They're not crafting anything. They're just quite literally selling people just fakes and broken dreams. And it's falling off. It's falling off heavily. They started to pay for it. All right. So I'm setting up right now the redirect for tonight. Give me 1 second. Tonight, again, Hales will be on. It's always entertaining. I love seeing the reaction. You know, the reactions are so funny because these people just freak out about Hales. And I don't know. It entertains me so much to see how they throw fits. I love it. So tonight, again, oh man. So it'll be about the Ohio court hearing stuff too. That should be good to bring up, especially since they went ahead and leaked this stuff anyway. You know, these idiots did. So he'll be able to talk about a few things. Let me see. All right. I'm going to redirect you though. And I appreciate you. And it's a little early, but still, we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Peace. See you.